Amanda.
Hello.
My name's Peyton. What brings you in today?
I had like this tingling and this numbness in my fingers and my feet, and I'm like really worried about it because it's never been like that before, and I'm not sure what's going on.
Wow, that's definitely something to be seen for. I'm glad you came in. So when did this all start, you think?
Probably about a month or so ago.
Was there anything that happened a month or so ago that you think maybe led to it?
No, I can't think of anything.
How is your stress level?
That's pretty high. Yeah, my son just got diagnosed with behavioral disorders and ODD specifically, and so I've been having to deal with that, and I mean, it makes a lot of sense, but it's just super stressful toting him like to all these doctor visits and all that. So
I can definitely understand where that would be stressful for you. How do you think you're holding up? What are you doing to, kind of help calm yourself down?
Well, I stopped smoking cigarettes.
Oh, that's a big step.
Yeah, thanks. And it was making breathing really difficult, and I just didn't want to add anything to my son's disorder or anything like that. So I stopped doing that, but I did start drinking a little bit more ever since I stopped smoking.
Okay.
But nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay, so how much do you think you're drinking about a week?
Whenever I can get away, it's probably 2 or 3 times a week. I drink my fair share of Long Island iced teas.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just going to show you this little chart here. And it tells you about how many drinks a day a woman should have and how many drinks a day a man should have, and then weekly.
Okay.
So, do you think that you are exceeding that? Let's say weekly, 7 drinks.
Yeah.
Okay, here's just a little chart that shows you what 1 drink is considered. 12 ounces of regular beer is a drink, and 8 to 9 fluid ounces of malt liquor is a drink as well. And then about half a glass of wine, and then a little shot there is also considered a drink.
Oh man.
So you would say you're probably going over that, or at least pretty close to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, I have this little screening here that, we give our patients here. It's nothing against you at all. You can participate if you'd like. It's just gonna let me have a better idea about your alcohol consumption and maybe how that's affecting your health and even your numbness and tingling.
My numbness and tingling?
Yeah.
Alright, well then I guess I'll do it.
Okay, well, good. We'll get started here. Okay, just answer as honestly as you can. There's no judgment whatsoever. I do this a lot with my job, so.
Okay.
Okay, how often do you have a drink containing alcohol? There's never, monthly or less, 2 to 4 times a month, 2 to 3 times a week, or 4 more times a week.
Probably 2 or 3 times a week.
Okay.
Is about as much as I can get away.
And I'm just gonna, tally your things up here. Okay, question number 2. How many drinks containing alcohol do you have on a typical day you are drinking? 1 or 2, 3 or 4, 5 or 6, 7 to 9, or 10 or more? Just on a typical day when you want to drink.
I drink about 5 or 6 whenever I go out. Just because I have a higher tolerance, I'd say.
Okay, you say you have a higher tolerance. Do you think that's because you're drinking too much?
Possibly. I mean, I've kind of felt it necessity to maybe drink a little bit more each time. But
Okay.
I never really related it to the fact that I had been drinking more. I guess I just thought that I had like a Teflon stomach, and I don't know.
Okay, question number 3. How often do you have 4 or more drinks on one occasion?
Every time.
So would you say daily or almost daily?
Yeah, each time that I drink, yeah.
Okay. How often during the last year have you found that you were not able to stop drinking once you started? Never, less than monthly, weekly, or daily or almost daily?
Probably weekly. I catch myself wanting to keep going.
Okay. How often during the past year have you failed to do what was expected of you because of drinking?
Probably monthly, I would say, because I really have caught myself these last couple of months, especially the last 2, not really keeping up with what I need to do. There's once last month that I didn't get my son to his doctor's appointment, and there was one time this month that I forgot to give him his medication, and he was just completely chaotic, and then I just went and drank again, and I just couldn't keep up, I guess.
Okay, so would you say that basically it just revolves around your son and his diagnosis that he recently had?
That's really what all of this really started. Once I found out that he had ODD, I just lost my grip a little bit, because I thought the diagnosis would make me feel better, but really it just made me more complacent. Like, maybe this will never get better, and maybe it's not just something he can grow out of.
Yeah, and it is difficult. I completely understand that. It is. How often during the past year have you needed a drink first thing in the morning to get yourself going after a heavy drinking session?
I don't usually drink in the mornings. I usually drink at night.
Okay. So would you say less than monthly?
Yeah.
Okay. How often during the past year have you had a feeling of guilt or remorse after drinking?
Quite a bit, honestly.
Would you say weekly or more daily or almost daily?
I'd say daily or almost daily, because even on the days that I don't drink, I'm either hungover or just thinking about when I can drink again.
Yeah. Okay. How often during the past year have you been unable to remember what happened the night before because of your drinking?
Probably, I'd say every once a week.
Okay. So does that tend to happen a lot?
Kind of.
How often during the past year, have you or someone else been injured because of your drinking?
Yeah.
Within the past year?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me what happened.
Well, a couple of days ago, my husband was trying to get me to calm down and stop drinking, and I ended up pushing him into our son's rocking horse that he had, and he got injured pretty badly, and I think the doctor said something about him slipping a disc, and I just felt really bad.
Yeah, I can understand that, definitely. So, has that been just a one-time occurrence, or do you tend to get that way when you have been drinking?
This was actually the first time I lost control of it, but hopefully it doesn't develop more.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's brave of you to admit.
Thank you.
Has a relative, friend, doctor, or other healthcare worker been concerned about your drinking and suggested you cut down?
My husband all the time.
Does that kind of put a damper on your relationship with him?
Oh yeah. I guess I just feel a little bit jaded about the whole thing. Like, I don't know why he can't just let me live for once, I guess. And I mean, I understood after I heard him, but before that, there was no reason for him to say anything at all.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let me just tally up what you have so far. Okay, so you are at a 28, and that is actually the highest score in the categories, which means that you are definitely over being a risky drinker and maybe more dependent on the alcohol.
Oh no.
Is that a surprise to you, or did you think that maybe you were kind of up there?
I figured that it was kind of getting there, I guess, but I didn't really know what it had to do with like my numbness or my tingling or anything. But if I'm dependent on it, I don't understand any of this.
Well, actually, I have this pamphlet here, and it kind of tells you all the effects of alcohol on your body. So as you can see, it affects every part of you. It definitely can lead to anxiety, or even more so, and getting into arguments with your family,